Hello. Most people in their lifetimes are going to want a pet of some sort. Um, Lots of people want dogs, especially around Christmas time. Children tend to ask their parents for puppies for Christmas. So I'm going to speak as to why you should adopt a dog from a shelter instead of buying one from a breeder or a pet store. Pet stores are the biggest problems, including you can actually even buy dogs online now, which I know sounds weird, but you can. You can definitely buy animals online. Um, so 99% of puppies that are sold in like national brand pet stores um, are from puppy mills. For those that don't know, puppy mills are very, very horrific situations. A puppy mill is basically just a breeding ground for dogs. Like you might think that there's nothing wrong with that. Dogs just run around all the time. It's nothing like that. The dogs are kept in super cramped, tiny cages. I mean, to the point where they can barely even fit in them themselves. The animals they aren't fed. There are no veterinarians to handle any sort of medical problems they may be having in order to save the people running the mill more money. Like I said, the animals aren't fed. The cages are never cleaned. Many animals just roll around in their own urine and feces all day, and obviously develop medical issues based on that, such as glaucoma, seizures, heart problems. The females have it the worst because they are specifically there to breed, and that's it. That's all they do. And so twice a year, which is a lot, these female dogs are expected to have an entire litter of puppies. Like I said, twice a year. So by the time they hit around 5 years old, the dog is burnt out, I guess you could say, and can't have any more puppies. And so then the female dog is just killed. She's served her purpose, and so now she's either drowned or shot by the owner of the mill. As I said, 99% of puppies sold in animal stores come from puppy mills. And 99% of the puppies that are purchased in these pet shops have serious medical issues. Those facts came from dosomething.org. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, so shelters are a great, amazing alternative to that. Animal shelters are great, like I just said. The only thing about animal shelters is that they do have very limited space, and many dogs that are taken to shelters are there for long amounts of time. According to ASPCA.org, statistically, 3.9 million dogs every year are admitted into shelters in the United States, but only 1.4 million are adopted, so not even half. And so those remainders of the dogs that never get adopted, eventually there's going to be a point where the owners of the kennels or shelters can't house the dogs anymore, and they have to be euthanized. Granted, more humanely than the puppy mills, as in being drowned or shot. But it's sad. It's really sad. Adopting from shelters is great because you save a life and you're helping with animal control in the United States. The United States is actually, believe it or not, overrun with pet population. So by adopting from a shelter, you're helping to lower that. Also, adopting from a shelter is very cheap compared to a puppy mill or even just buying from a breeder. People spend hundreds of dollars sometimes to get a specific breed of dog from a breeder, when I personally have adopted a dog from a shelter for $15. $15. That's pretty cheap. That included shots and a collar for $15. Obviously you're going to save a lot of money if you do it like that. Another reason is because Well, okay, a lot of people say they don't want to go to a shelter to adopt a dog because they want a puppy. Puppies can be found at animal shelters. Granted, the first one you go to might not have a puppy, but puppies are born in animal shelters all the time. It's very easy to find a puppy in an animal shelter. But that being said, I personally would hope that people need to adopt more older dogs from shelters because everyone wants a puppy. Everyone goes into the shelter and gets a puppy or a younger dog. And it's the older dogs that are left in the shelters for long amounts of time. Older dogs are usually good with kids. You know, they're calm. Lots of times they're already house trained if you want to keep them in the house because they've had previous owners that have already trained them through all that. Older dogs need a lot of love. Anyways, this concludes my persuasion speech. Thank you for watching.